Okay, so a couple of guys on the David Horn forum have asked how I'm using my grip machine. So just going to show you. Basically, these are the two handle widths. Just to give you an idea, this is 20mm, and as you can see, there's still distance between 20mm, but the 30mm won't quite go. So I reckon it's about 27mm difference there. I found that if I alter there's a couple of pegs a bit lower below it, if I alter that and make this distance a bit wider, then I find it puts a bit of strain on my hand, too much strain on my hands I think, and probably leaves me open to injury, so I'm not going to go down that route. In fact, I don't like that route. So I've racked it up at the moment with 100k, and this tends to be where I warm up with. So this is how I tend to do it. I tend to sort of get right over the machine, get good leverage, reverse grip, wedge my hands in, and then I squeeze together both hands simultaneously and let go of one. So I'll show you how I do it. Okay, just get the joint going. And then with these sort of lighter weights, I tend just to go straight on into my left hand. When I get heavier, I tend to give it a bit more break. So let's get the left one done. You'll notice that on that first set, I'm just going for just a rough 10-second count in my head, but obviously my hands will go a lot beyond that. But I'm not trying to push anything at this stage, just trying to get my hands sort of broken in, if you like, so I can start beginning the slightly more heavy sets. So I hope this is going to be of some use. I'm going to rack on some more weight in the next little clip and show you a bit what happens when it gets a bit heavier. Okay, I'm back. For those guys who follow my logs online, you'll see that I use sort of moderate-ish volume on the machine. So at the moment I'm working probably about 10 sets in total on this, and then I do probably similar sort of sets on the grippers as well. You can see behind me on here, I've got all my grippers ready to go as well. I'm doing these sort of in between doing the machine, and I've now got 130k on the machine, and you'll notice I'm still not wearing anything on my wrists yet, and I've still not got any chalk on. I try not to at this point. So you'll see it might be a bit more tricky, but this is 130. Okay. Okay, so it's still pretty straightforward, to be honest. You notice that the speed at which I can get that close is slower, but I aim to be as fast as I can on that, so I really power it up. Shouldn't need too much break between this at this weight, so let's go straight on. Okay. So you'll notice that again my left was a little bit weaker there, but with the right, again I went for my 10 seconds, but obviously I could have gone a lot longer than that, so I'm still just getting my joints ready for the bigger weight in a minute. So I'll join you in a second when it gets a bit more serious. Okay, so for those of you wondering how long I'm resting between these sets, it's approximately 2 minutes, something like that, and then I'm coming back again. What you can see now is a loading pin with an additional 10k on there, or just a bit over 10k if you include the pin. And that's sat on top of my machine as well, because I want to get some extra weight on there. Because I've run out of Olympic discs at this point. I've got a few little ones, but I'm normally reliant when I want to go heavier is hanging my kettlebells off the side of it, which I will do in a bit. But if I want to go incrementally up, I have to rely on this little method. So I'm going to do now 140k. Still no chalk or wrist wraps at this point. I'm still just going for it, just au naturel. So I imagine this will be more difficult. So let's just see how I get on. Okay, not too bad. We have to have a little bit of a break before I get cracking with the left, so I'll leave you be before I come back with big changes with heavier weights. Alright. Okay, you can probably see on the of my machine a couple of kettlebells hanging off the end there. That's when I'm getting into some more serious weight. So now I've got on here 150k, and I'm onto the chalk. So I put a bit of chalk on now, but I'm still going to try, if possible, to use my reverse grip and do it without wraps. So being a bit obstinate today. So let's see if I can do it. That was tough. That was very tough, but I've lasted it out, so I'm pretty happy with that. I have to give myself a little while before I can get the left going. My left, to be honest, is not going to be able to. Well, I probably will have a go at 150 with my left, but my hold will be probably 5 seconds. But I'm going to plod on and try and show you what happens when we get to some more bigger weight. Okay, I'm now back, and you can see I've put a wrist wrap on because this is the point at which I think it's going to be a benefit to me, and I've got 160k on now, so and you'll see that I go for the overhand on this hand, a bit like doing a deadlift, because I can't squeeze this effectively, so I essentially do a sort of shrug to get it up. As you can see, that was a lot tougher, and it opened up my hand quite quickly, but I hang on as long as I can. That situation about 5 seconds. Okay, this is where it's starting to get pretty darn tough for me. So as you can see, the loading pin's on there now, so I'm going into new uncharted territory for me now, 170 kilos. So we'll see what happens, but it's going to be pretty damn painful. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing between these sets, this is my filed 3. I'm just giving him a good pounding. Okay, so today's gone pretty well overall, so I'm just going to go for a PB for me, 175k. I'm not sure what will happen, but if I can just hold it for a bit, it'll be something good for me. I've not managed to get 175 into position and hold it at all yet, so let's see what happens. I can't leave it there. 175, it's gone up, so I'm going 180 now. This is lunacy for me really, but it should do my hands some good. Pretty crappy rep, but I'm not really bothered as long as it's giving my hand a tough time.